It was back to Western League Premier Division action here at Callaway Park for Helston Athletic this afternoon as they welcomed Street to Cornwall. And it was an action-packed game with a frenetic finale which saw Helston Athletic battle back from 1-0 down to snatch all 3 points with 2 late Stuart Bowker penalties, ultimately being the difference between the two sides. I've got Blues manager Steve Massey with me here now. Steve, just your thoughts on that. Do you feel you got out of jail in the second half with the 2 late penalties?
Perhaps from a neutral point of view, and certainly from a Street point of view, I'll be really disappointed. You know that they came. We knew exactly what we were going to do. 4-5-1, and at times it was like even 6-3-1, but I'd look at it the other way, and that the team's even right at the top of the level of our game. You know, in the Premier League, when you get Liverpool and the keeper comes up and gets the winner or the equaliser and things. And I thought today we've had 2 Saturdays now at home that we've totally dominated team. Totally should have put them to bed 5, 6s. Even both teams we played against would recognise that, and we didn't. We hung on, and maybe today, the luck just went a little bit with us. But we totally dominated the game. I thought plenty of chances. Street, to their credit, were great, and how it should be. You shouldn't just come into a football game just to think, oh, come and get a draw. You've got to go win the game, and they tried to counter attack us. I thought. The way it happened, could say we were fortunate with it. We were getting penalties. I thought we had some better penalty shouts, to be perfectly honest. For overall, I thought it was nothing more than we deserved. I honestly thought it was nothing more deserved. I know the Street people that say, "Oh, we're all fortunate. We should deserve better than that." No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. You came to defend. You came on the counter attack to try and counter attack us. But I thought overall the chances we created, possession we had. But they get so close like that you could feel a little bit hard done by. But I just feel more elated today when you can say that we got out of jail. We won the football. We've won all last three games now in different circumstances. But I think that I really felt a bit because we showed some bags of character there, and the 1-0 and the tempo just suddenly went. No, you'll see that on the highlights. We were 1 down. It was like for a couple of minutes we got reorganised, put an extra forward up front, and the tempo just up then, and we just felt all the bench kept saying we're going to do it. I'm thrilled with it, but if you were on a neutral or a Street point of view, it could have been a little bit hard done by.
You mentioned the penalties. If the boot was on the other foot, would you have been unhappy to see those 2 being awarded against you?
Raging, absolutely raging. But football it always has been. I know VAR is coming to the level of the game now, and I think that's taken that, and it's too sanitised now for me. Everything's scrutinised. You can say what's an offer for the winners and the winning games, and the money that's involved in it, and the thin margins from people having their jobs and managers being sacked. I can understand it to a little bit, but down at our level, we will have somewhere on the game before the end of the season, somewhere like that, and already you could say, not off the top of my head, I can't think, but there'll be a couple of instances already this season that decisions would have gone against us and cost us points. And it does. It evens itself out. It was nothing more than I deserved. I honestly thought that. If it had stayed 1-0, you would have said, "Oh, that was daylight robbery, absolute daylight robbery." So I think you can't have it both ways. It was nothing more than deserved, but how we came to get it, you say, fortunate, and I would have been. I'd have been quite vocal with the referee, yes.
You must be always looking at ways for your team to improve. Looking back at that performance today overall, I think there was a lack of quality in the final third, some balls into the box, which have brought you so much success so far this season. Perhaps weren't at those levels we've seen previously.
I said exactly the same in the dressing room. The boys in that dressing room, sat in that dressing room, the whole of the squad. I brought here because they have a little bit of quality. I expect, the bottom line is, the passion and the desire, the enthusiasm they showed. Everybody that said there wasn't one person in that side, particularly first half, that didn't give me everything. And I said that at half. I said, I expect that. That's the bottom line. That's why you don't deliver that, you won't be sat in here. But the reason you are sat in here, because all of you have that little bit of quality. When you get in those areas, that you can go and deliver. You can go and pressurise the ball. You're good at pressurising, reading the game. You're good at putting crosses in. Good at getting in front of the man. That's why you're here, and that's when you've got to deliver. That is the difference. That from the top two winning the league, then the 5th, 6th team downwards is that quality. And we've got it in abundance, but we certainly didn't show it. You're quite right. We didn't show it in the first half. As often as the situations we got in that we should have done, as you said, a good crossing position, a good chance to strike, it went wide, hit the bar. Set pieces for me were driving me potty. I don't know how many set pieces we either knocked out long, hit the first man, put over the bar. And that's I talk about the quality from there, because the lads can deliver that. But it was frustrating.
Just finally, you mentioned earlier about the character of your side. I don't want to drag up an old cliche but it is often used that it's a sign of a good team when they win, when they're not perhaps at the races like they normally are. That would be true of your team today, wouldn't it? Really, that to win almost ugly, really. That's
spot on, absolutely spot on. And again, just. Will you listen to my team talk at half time? This is ugly. We're not going to be able to win games with like perfect goals and pass and everybody goes, oh, that's a goal of the season every time. There's going to be ugly performances. And when hopefully that we're right in the running to pick up that trophy, when the sun will be shining and we'll be in our short sleeves or polo shirts and so on. The reason why we're be able to do that is for these ugly days when it's miserable. Their pitch is really heavy, which didn't suit 2 or 3 of our ball players today. Didn't come off. But that is exactly right. That's the great word you use. It was ugly. It was ugly today, but spot on again. And I feel like saying about the old cliches about we shown character, come back from 1-0 down, but we did. Boy, did we do that. And full credit to them. And I say I feel much more elated. The last couple of weeks I've been really flat. And though we won the game because I thought disappointed we let them back in the game. It was 2-0. But today I thought I feel much more elated today. It was a real good win. It was a real grinding out, ugly win. We weren't at our best, but we still totally dominating, creating lots of chances. And I keep saying again, we keep standing here doing these interviews and saying, and finishing with, we're going to wallop somebody someday. We really are some game at the moment. And when everything we create or do, we have that quality with it, and we do score goals.
Thanks for your time, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you again.